Danny White, Tennessee athletic director, brother of Georgia head basketball coach Mike White, right? Very, his father was an AD, I believe, or a coach as well, is absolutely standing on business right now for Tennessee. All right, listen to this statement. This is an official statement from the athletic director. And we know typically official statements, they're like, just.
Can we clip that?
NCAA speak, just
Justine, can we clip
absolute BS that's not honest or genuine. This is from the heart. He got some hate in his heart in this one.
Okay.
And I love it. Here he goes. Danny White. The NCAA generally does not comment on infractions cases because there's a rule against it. However, that has not stopped them in the past from leaking information to the media as they did this week about us. Their actions made this ill-conceived investigation public and forced us to defend ourselves. It is clear that the NCAA staff does not understand what is happening at the campus level all over the country in the NIL space. After reviewing thousands of Tennessee coach and personnel phone records, NCAA investigators didn't find a single NIL violation, so they moved the goalpost to fit a predetermined outcome. They are stating that the nebulous, contradictory NIL guidelines written by the NCAA, not the membership, don't matter, and applying the old booster bylaws to collectives. Last sentence here. If that's the case, then 100% of the major programs in college athletics have significant violations. Just dropped a truth bomb on them. This wasn't a we're not going to comment. This isn't a we don't agree, but we don't want to get into a tit and tat back and forth. This is you guys are full of it. I know you're full of it. You know you're full of it. Everybody else knows you're full of it. So I'm just going to blast you on social media. Good for Danny White, and he's 100% correct. And before anybody sits there and says, oh, this is Tennessee just saying, oh, everybody's doing it, so we shouldn't get in trouble. No, there were no rules before this. They're getting retroactively punished for rules that didn't exist, written by the people that are punishing them. Instead of doing what I said and saying, you know what, Febreze Brothers, fresh start, clean slate. We didn't have rules that came out with NIL. We're not going to punish anybody retroactively or anything like that. I love it. I love the transparency here by Danny White. And in this case, this isn't being butthurt. He is 100% correct. And there's more schools' names that are coming out there. So before you point and laugh and cast stones, they're coming for you next. They're coming for you. It's like they say about the border. They may be coming through Texas and Arizona right now, but eventually they're going to make their way up. And they're going to find you. And then we're going to find out.
There's more schools coming. And for the Tennessee fans out there who sided with the NCAA against Michigan, or they sided with the NCAA against Mason Smith's case at LSU, you need to sit down and shut up. I don't want to hear anything from those Tennessee fans. You can't even stand up and defend yourself right now. Sit down. And these other schools that are coming out, I'm going to say the same thing about some of them too. But, the Alston case and the O'Bannon case, we were talking about this with Jim Cavalli a couple of weeks ago. But, it clearly said, okay, the NCAA can't prohibit student athletes from capitalizing on their name, image, and likeness. But the NCAA still had these holdover rules, right, Jake? That was like, okay, well, boosters still cannot be involved in the recruitment of a college athlete. That was sort of like how they wanted to keep NIL from becoming pay for play. Again, I understand the NCAA trying to uphold these guard rules and some of their rails, some of these guardrails that we've talked about and some of their rules. But again, we've talked about this ad nauseum. The picking and choosing of when to enforce these things and not updating the language, as far as I can tell, not updating the language in those rules
not
and
at
what
all.
Constitutes
they
a violation after you lost those cases. That's what I don't understand. And Tennessee knowingly broke rules to gain an advantage. Maybe Michigan did the same thing. But again, the language is so vague. How do we know that Tennessee hasn't operated in some sort of gray area here? And the NCAA is trying to punish them through the court of public opinion without even issuing a statement of wrongdoing.
Everybody out there on YouTube, appreciate you guys stopping by. Look, it's 2024. We're all adults here, kind of. So hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, and hit the like button on that video. We'd really appreciate it, and we love you deep inside.